wellness programs, to access to 800 hospitals in Kenya, flexible LIPA poly plans, and get covered immediately because you pay in small installments. So you can send an SMS now to 40643, send health to 40643, or call 0709 949 000. That's 0709 949 000, and get making sure that you can have health issues sorted out because you paid a little bit of something every month with Jubilee Health Insurance. CT, if I'm taking a mortgage, where do I need to go?
DTB. This stands for Diamond Trust Bank. The thing is, it's not as though they're hawking it, or that you can pick it up if you're close to any branch of DTB. No, you need to apply really. To get more information, you could go, and I would advise that you actually go to a branch near you, or you email them at mortgages@dtbafrica.com. That's simple.
Okay.
Now, the information that you will get is as follows. One, there is an offer of mortgages either 105% of what it is that you require or 80%. The determinant, if you're a Kenyan, whether you are employed or whether you're in business, you will be eligible for the 105%.
Okay.
But you're also eligible for an interest rate which is a constant, whether you are in the diaspora or whether you are domiciled in the country. 9% if you want a loan for 10 years, 9.75 if you want a loan for 25 years. The details are available within the public domain.
Voila.
Yes.
There you go. Our conversation going into this hour then is about, coming fully loaded and how you can have, how many countries are there in the world? Just imagine, 190 plus, right? And the currency that you need to be able to operate wherever it is that you go all comes in one card, or I am to assume. But, why listen to me when you can listen to the person with all of that knowledge in the person of Johnson Ondicho, who is the KCB Bank Kenya head of digital channels. And he's here with us this morning. Johnson, good morning.
Good morning, Drew.
How are you?
Extremely excited to be here, to see City here and Mark sitting in the hot seat, and I hope we are discussing money. It should cool down now.
What is hotter than money? Money has been hot since...
In Swahili, Mark, we say pesa ni sabuni ya roho. So it calms it down.
Me, my heart beats very fast when I have a lot of money.
No.
Beats very fast when I have little money. My friend.
When you see people feeling sick, and then you put something in their hand, you see them suddenly, there's a little bit of pep in their step. It can do
Is it
something.
true that what you just said is actually true of men more than it is of women?
I don't know.
It is true of men. Definitely much more than women. I used to have a friend, I shall not mention his name, but that guy, every time he got money, he walked different. Like, I would just look at him walking towards me, and I know the bill is on him. But he walks another way, my friend. Hakuna hata sumni kwa mfuko.
But you see, now that's why Johnson is here to tell us how actually that situation can be remedied. But before you give us the solution, how about we tell you what today's proverb is, right? And then you can tell us how you would interpret that, just in case you didn't know.
I was looking forward to that.
You've heard of it, isn't it?
You're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
CT flies around, you talk multi-currency. CT multi-flight every week. He's in a different country this week.
Right. We are in the Republic of the Gambia. There's no other, it's the Gambia. One country. Never mind if your nose is ugly, so long as you can breathe through it.
First of all, CT, ugliness, nose, is a very controversial topic. You know that. First of all, they always say that beauty in the eyes of the beholder.
So they keep
who
saying.
said that?
Or the beer holder.
Yeah, or the... I didn't say that. So that nose probably for another person means a world to them.
Yes.
So who defined this ugly? So that is the first question probably. But for me, it is aesthetics versus functionality.
Okay.
Looking at my world.
Yeah.
So what do you need? Does it look good or doesn't function and gives you the utility that you need.
There we go.
You know, go
go
ahead, Mark.
No, I was just about to ask him that he says he's coming fully loaded, right? Is this fully loaded of his beautiful, or is it according to the beer or beholder?
Well, the issue of in the eye of the beholder.
Beer holder?
How then do you explain when someone says, this person looking at me with his nose?
Where do you go? Okay.
Well, not to Senegal.
All right. So, Johnson, this morning we're talking about essentially, coming fully loaded and how you're able to then, because we're in a world where everything is connected, isn't it? That where we were before, we would be able to, you're in one little space, you pay your Kenya shillings, you do your thing, you go. But now the way the world has opened up, you find yourself at some point or another making payments of an external nature, that you need another different kind of currency, and you have to ask yourself, okay, so how am I going to do this? I may be preempting, but let's just start off with, okay, so here we are.
Thank
and
you.
The solutions that you've come to us with this morning.
Thank you, Mark. As you said, whatever I've come today, morning loaded, is it beautiful?
Yes.
Or is it what? Funny enough, it is very hard to balance beauty, functionality, and all those things.
True.
But I assure you today, morning, whatever I brought you is beautiful and it works.
Okay.
And it is functional.
And it is functional and it is useful.
You must have been very successful in the dating scene. Continue.
I didn't see that coming. Thank you very much. This morning, before even we start discussing that, I want to put this discussion into context.
Okay.
Please.
I know you've all seen that, is it a photo or a meme? You've gone to a country and I don't know which country is that, probably city, because of your travel and getting these proverbs. I don't know if you've landed to that country and you tell us which country is that, where people have money in the market, bulk of a lot of money in the market. I don't know if you've seen that photo was being rounds.
That's typically
that
Somalia.
is not far from here.
No, I don't want to mention any country.
I'm also
to
not
be safe.
mentioning names.
But it is Somalia.
Yes,
What
it
is wrong
is
with
just heaps there.
Yes.
Of money.
Yes.
Crazy.
Me, I like that
Heaps
country.
of money.
Yeah.
And in those kind of pictures or memes, when they go around, the beauty part is the comment. The most interesting. So I went in and said, let me look at the comments, what people are talking about in the comments. One guy commented in Swahili. I will mention, then will translate.
Her command of the language is quite impressive.
Fantastic. Akisema, they said, ukienda hapa na 5K utatoka na gunia nusu ya pesa.
5K shillings.
Yeah, Kenyan shillings. You'll be given a half a sack of money.
Yes.
And that's where we start from. Imagine you travel to a country like that with 5K. You're going probably to just tour or work and everything. And you go to exchange money and you're given a half a sack of money. Where do you start from? Even carrying around, you are there for 2 days.
Yeah.
And it's 5K, and that's what you need to purchase.
Yes.
Let me tell you, 2003, I'm in Zimbabwe, and I happened to be crossing the border.
From where to where?
From Zambia to Zimbabwe.
Okay.
And then I decided, let me change some cash. And I gave them about 10,000 Kenyan bob.
Oh dear.
I was given so many notes. I didn't know how to verify how much they had given me. I didn't know how to count. And then we went to eat. I had a bundle of notes like this. I just went to the person giving us food. I told them, take what you want for food, then give me food. So it is a practical problem.
Now you've just finished my interview.
Okay.
That is why I'm here. Because anything that we build, we think about the need, the pain points. Because when you land to some of these countries, that is the experience. Everybody gets it. And it's a very anxious moment. Because, first of all, you don't know even the exchange rate. You don't know what currency feels like. Are they real? Is it, have I been given all the amount of money?
Yeah.
That anxiety when you land in a country is what we're trying to resolve with this card. So, as we converse this morning, I'm introducing the first of its kind, an innovation whereby with 11 currencies in one card.
11.
11 currencies. major currencies. And I will mention them.
Okay.
But before then is the utility and the context of this.
Okay.
It is the pain point. It is the anxiety. It is the inconvenience. It's the complexity when you travel. Let's take a journey.
Okay. Where are we going?
We are going to probably China.
All right.
Let's start our journey.
Okay.
So you've prepared your passport. The first thing you do after preparing your passport, your ticket, the next thing is what do you do? City. You go to an ATM, you go to your branch, withdraw money. Then you exchange them to dollars.
Yes, you ask them to go to...
Naturally.
You ask to buy dollars.
Yes.
Exactly. First of all, the confusion between buying and selling. Still, most people, what am I buying or selling when they put there? So we start the complexity there. So you take your flight. You've landed in, talk about Guangzhou.
You see, China is tricky because
Yes.
now, where are you going to buy their currency?
Exactly.
It's called a yuan.
Yes,
Yuan, Chinese
yes.
yuan.
Where are you
exactly.
going to get
And I
it?
picked it
Yes.
specifically.
How does it even look like?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So where do you go? First of all, so you carry your dollars. Most people carry their USD.
Yes.
So you land in Guangzhou. You need to get your taxi. You need to move, probably get an airtime. Where do you start from?
So
My
you
friend,
need to
the
taxi,
problem is
you need to
Yes,
buy a SIM card.
You need to buy just something, even to buy coffee. Where do you start from? That anxious moment in the airport, confusion, everybody's just around. The first thing you'll either look around to see a forex bureau.
Yes.
Then when you go to that forex bureau, what is the exchange rate?
Any
What they
forex
tell you.
bureau, any
Exactly.
What they
forex
tell
bureau
you,
in an
yeah.
airport
What
is
they
an
tell you is-
extortionist scheme.
Now we are talking.
Okay.
This is the conversation.
Yes.
Now you get there, you don't know how much you're supposed to, at the exchange rate, how much you're supposed to get. Even that cash to count sometimes is a problem. So these are the things we are trying to resolve. Now, you've gotten your cash. So you get into a taxi. They tell you the price. You give him all the money to choose even for some time for himself.
To be sure.
Yeah. That is what we are trying to resolve for our customers by bringing this.
Let me ask the question. I like what you're saying. It makes sense. Anyway, I have a story, but forget the story. It makes perfect sense. When you offer such a product, do you also consider educating your clients as to this conversation you're having so that they understand it's good you have this card, but all habits die hard. I am one of those people who I like having cash on me.
Yes.
It makes sense. So you'll give me a card, I will very rarely use it, maybe if I go to a supermarket. But how then do I get it in my mind that this card is going to do everything for me? But in addition to that, how do I understand what I need to do when I get to the destination I'm going to? Can I be educated about that destination?
Exactly. This is the journey we are starting by being here.
Yes.
This is where we are here to educate our esteemed listeners, our customers, and the public in general, where we are doing this. And we are telling you, it's no longer how it used to be. Now there's a convenient way, a seamless way of doing. And that's where, as KCB, we build this innovative product with 11 currency, as I mentioned. And I would want to go through them so that we can see we've covered some major routes in the country.
Okay.
So the first one is Kenya shillings, of course, in that card. The second one is the USD. The third one is GBP, that is sterling pounds. We have Japanese yen. We have Swiss franc, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, Chinese yuan, South African rand.
You're at 9.
We are at 9.
Yes.
So we have rupee. Did I? Yeah?
Those are 10.
Those are 10. Am I missing one? Did I mention also Kenyan shillings?
Yes.
Kenya shillings.
So let me
Fantastic.
remind you. So
Now-
we are still at 10. So Kenya shillings, USD, the pound.
Yes.
Do you have euro?
Yes, sorry.
that's
Euro.
number 11.
Euro,
Okay.
the big one. Yes.
All right.
Euro.
All right.
So these are covering the major corridor.
Okay.
Once you get to this destination, you don't need to look for any money in the forex. You don't need to look for anything. That card city, you can pay basically with everything. Now going, yeah.
Does it? So take me back, right? So I get the card, right? And it has all these currencies.
Yes.
So let's say I load it up with Kenya shillings.
Yes.
Does it have separate wallets? So I need to put money into the euro, I need to put money into the USD, or do I just land wherever and put the card and it will automatically convert to euros, to shillings, to pounds, to rands, to whatever? How does it work?
Fantastic. First of all, one of the benefits for this card is to take control of your forex exchange rate before you even leave the country. So what you do is actually you load your card before you leave the country.
So this money you want to spend,
Yes.
you put it in the card.
In the
Yes.
card. Now, people probably, just to break it down, because not everybody is to our level of understanding of wallets. Basically, a wallet is a store value.
Yes.
It's just like a bank account. Or for understanding even more better, it's just a mobile wallet, like the way we have M-Pesa. Those are stores of value. So what we have done is to create 11 stores of value that are distinct to every currency. So what you do, so you've come, I will take you through the process of application,
Yeah.
but before that, you pick your currency, your card. So you'll walk into any of our KCB branches, and depending, if you're a KCB customer, it's very easy because you'll just transfer from your account to whatever wallet you want. Now, if you have cash, you'll walk to our KCB branch and ask them with Kenya shillings, give me a rate. Do you know that rates are negotiated? When you come to a branch, yes, you can
Yes,
negotiate a rate.
I've heard
Yeah,
people say
indeed.
You
How
can negotiate.
negotiable is negotiable? I think that's a
It
lot
is
of question for a
negotiable.
lot of folks today.
Depending on the amount you can negotiate. Depending
Are
on the
there
amount.
amounts you can't negotiate?
We give the chance for a customer to negotiate, to ask for a better rate.
Well, if you come
Yes,
with a
it's
dollar,
competitive.
if you come with a
It's
dollar,
competitive.
$1, it
Yeah.
is less negotiable than $10,000.
Mark, what am I doing traveling with $1? I mean, where am I
I'm
going?
just telling you what you can negotiate with. Imagine if you come with $1 and you're negotiating for them to add 1 shilling. My friend, you only have 129 out of 128. But if you come with $10,000 and they add 1 shilling, you've added 10,000.
$10,000, first of all, they're going to ask you where you got it from.
CT is my friend. It was a gift.
Try
So
it.
then how do
I
you...
know CT
Yeah.
Muga.
So then the question is, then how do you go about negotiating?
So once you come with your cash, you'll ask for your preferred foreign currency, and you'll get a rate. Once you get a rate, you ask them to deposit to your probably sterling pound wallet, and you're going to deposit that. Now, the second way of doing this, now this card, as I said, it was beautifully made. We've created a companion portal, self-service portal.
Okay.
So once you've acquired this card, you'll go to our website, KCB website, that's www.kcbbankgroup.com. You'll find an icon,
Repeat that again.
www.kcbbankgroup.com. On the landing page, you'll find an icon called multicurrency prepaid. I want to be very slow for this, because this is the game, again, what is very important for this card. You'll find an icon called multicurrency prepaid card.
Okay.
When you click on your multi-currency prepaid card icon, it will take you through a simple registration process. Your email and your phone number, of course your names. Then it will create for you a self-serve portal. If you already have the card and you registered it through our branch here, you'll find your card there, already uploaded. If you're a new customer, it will take you through an acquisition process. We will take you through a simple KYC, and one of the drop downs, you'll find where to pick the card. If you don't have already the card. If you have, you'll find your card. So you can start operating it. So through operating it, what I meant is you're able now to move currencies around by yourself.
In fact, that's what I
Yes.
I know you said you're going to go slow, but if I can just
Yeah.
jump in there.
Okay, thank you.
So when you say you can move, so I have the card, right? I'm on the portal. Let's say I've put, what's a nice number here in terms of how much you've put, 10,000 shillings. I mean, it's okay. It's a small amount if you're traveling, but still 10,000 shillings in Kenya shillings. And I know I'm going to, what's one of these places? I am going to Ontario in Canada, right? I'm going to use those dollars on that side. So I'm moving Kenya shillings for them to become Canadian dollars. And I can do this on the portal before I travel with a negotiated rate. I've talked to somebody before that. Is that what we're saying?
So we have two scenarios here.
Okay.
So when you come to the bank, you have the preserve or the advantage of negotiating. But when you actually on the portal, you lose the day's rate
Okay.
applicable because you're doing it's automated and everything. Every day, all the banks have days rate, so which you were able even to look at their websites. So that one on the portal, you're going to use that. But let me say something about that. It is better than going with your Kenya shillings card or travel with a Kenya shilling card and the country of transaction applies their own rate. Let me explain something here. I hope I'm not complicated.
No.
I am going, yes. So there are two things, or I take you the other journey. So normally you don't have a multi-currency, you carry your Kenya shillings card. You travel to the same destination, to London or any UAE, any Euro country where they're using Euro. When you carry your Kenya shilling card, because of transaction date and the settlement date, I'll explain. Transaction date is today. Settlement date is tomorrow. That's where your bank or the person you're purchasing from will get the money. So most of the time, there's a markup on FX because remember, FX is volatile.
Yes.
Any day, there's a difference. Most at times, there's always a markup to cover for that cushioning. But when you do it on the portal on the day of the travel, you've closed that. You've been able to get a rate that you'll sustain across your travel. That is the difference.
All right, let me ask the question. These cards that the bank gives us are Visa.
Yes, or MasterCard.
Both, we are told, are international,
Exactly.
meaning wherever you go, you can use the card.
Yes.
Okay? I have had experience where I tried to withdraw money using those Visa cards, and the ATM in a foreign country screamed at me.
Told you.
Literally
Yes.
screamed at me. Then I saw two people running towards me. They had guns. I didn't panic because I knew.
You're not a criminal.
Yeah. They didn't ask me anything. I looked again, removed my card, tried again. He screamed even louder. So, of course, I called my bank and said, guys,
The ATM is shouting
so I
at
told
me.
you guys I was coming here. I thought you guys had done. Said, yeah, we did, but, let's look into it.
Exactly.
They did look into it. They looked into it after I'd moved from that country and gone to another country. Okay? It was very inconveniencing.
True. That's true.
Now, are we saying that these delightful surprises that these cards can afford you are the things that we're going to avoid with this card that you're talking about?
Exactly. Those are the inconveniences and the pain points we are trying to resolve. And if you look at this card, very beautiful card, it's in conjunction with MasterCard
Okay.
for global acceptance. Meaning you can walk into any country and this card will be accepted. That's going back on where I was explaining about the cost of just transaction vis-a-vis already acquired rate before you get home. So once you use this card in a foreign country, I've already said there is a day for transaction and a day of settlement. So always there is that markup. So the first thing these cards gives you is the control of that FX volatility. So you are sure by the time you're getting out of the country, I've closed down on that exit because every single day there's a different rate. Every country you go, they have different rates.
Okay.
So it is very expensive for a traveler when you don't have this kind of arrangement.
Question number 2. Can I withdraw cash with it?
Exactly. You can actually withdraw cash with it from your wallet of the destination country.
Just
But why would you want to withdraw
When you can
cash
just
and you
use
can
your
pay
card.
with this card? Cash is very expensive.
No.
CT.
You have to understand. It takes time to internalize technology. the years I have lived, I've been using cash. Now you're introducing me to this new thing. It's good. I know it works every once in a while in a supermarket. But what if the card fails?
So I think isn't that the question?
Yeah. What if this card...
The assumption is that these 11 currencies are the countries where you're going, essentially, that everything that you would have to purchase or use, from your taxi to your little coffee that you're going to get before you get to your hotel, etc., wherever you're staying, that you can actually use your card to pay and that you don't have to withdraw cash. True or true?
Exactly, that is it. And I will try to convince City here that I personally, I don't know, I'm saying this because this is every day's work.
Yeah.
I have not touched cash for the past 3 years.
You, Johnson, you?
Yes,
Okay.
I've not touched cash for 3 years. Cash everywhere. Because the digitalization around cash and
Ebu,
everywhere.
Just feel how it feels. Just feel how it feels.
Yeah, thank you. I almost lost touch of this.
Let me explain what CT is saying. Let me explain. You know, when someone gives you cash, my friend, it smells nice, it feels nice.
Yeah.
These numbers on a screen, you don't get that emotional
satisfaction.
Yeah.
Johnson is trying to tell you to change your diet.
Exactly. No, we are agreeing. Want to balance this diet. You see, that's why I ask, can you withdraw money? Because there are places, even in these so-called advanced places, where cash may help you. This is me thinking.
Yes.
What you're saying, I understand fully.
And agree.
And I even understand the convenience.
Good.
And the multi-currency thing, my goodness, it is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
So I guess the advantage here is that whereas you can use it for everything that you need to do, that you can also then
withdraw
the cash.
Exactly. But for me, that's the only thing I'm saying. Why would we withdraw cash for what? To pay what, for example?
But let me tell you.
What
so,
example?
First, fully, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But there's a principle. There's a principle that when you travel, if you travel in a third world country, you need to have at least $100 with you in cash, right?
Preferably in change form.
Yes, just in case you need to rush to the airport and you're in Eritrea and that guy has decided to switch off
the ATM screens
the network.
at you.
Yes. Then when you're in a first world country, you need to have $200 to $300 on you in cash. It's a safety precaution. But the best part is this: that you do not need to carry cash from Nairobi, right?
Exactly.
You get there, do your wallet thing, get your euros in Europe. You know,
and you'll find the exchange rate better than what you get here.
Exactly.
And you've also
fantastic. That's a very use case.
Yes.
We shall invoice you for ideas.
Yes. Thank you very much.
The exchange rate is actually better.
Yes, it is. It is, and honestly, it is the best way to transact when you're outside the country.
Good.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's take a break on that note and then remind folks that it's www.kcbbankgroup.com. And that's where you can get all this information from, and everybody's going to be able to tell you very clearly how you can navigate this. And then you can also speak to the folks on the other end of the phone who want to, let you know how you can use this card and use it properly. Johnson Ondicho is our guest this hour, and we're looking at the multi-currency card courtesy of KCB. He's the KCB Bank Kenya head of digital channels, and we're saying, okay, so you're taking trips, 11 different currencies on this card, and how you can actually change the way you do life and do business with this card. Let's take a break and then we'll come back. We're taking a break with Delamere. Is it your breakfast on the go, or is it after a workout, or when you need to take a study break, or when you need to take a work break? Delamere is the perfect companion for you, enjoying those moments with real fruit in the strawberry, real vanilla pods in the vanilla, pear, caramel, apple, orange, apricot, and honey, and also your lemon biscuit. Very, very delightful flavors that you can take your break with. The moments with Delamere.
We all know why we're all here. The mission is to attack.
Who are we attacking?
Creatives, TikTokers, Wahesh, skillpreneurs, Mastori, Vibe. Tuna finish kumalo, alafu tunagoda tena.
Halo, nimekuja na tangazo. nilikutana naye Kilimani, Nairobi, 2015. Sina kingine mimi najivunia.
DJ Magic E. Enjoy the music.
He has been close, yet so far. 5 unsuccessful stabs at the presidency. And now, he has gone continental with a quest to be African Union Commission chairperson.
I'm ready to serve.
3 candidates will battle it out. Kenya's Raila Odinga, Djibouti's Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, and Richard Randria Mandrato of Madagascar.
One of us.
Will it be his last bullet? Watch the intrigues, the lobbying, and the defining moment on KTN Live from Addis Ababa with Daniel Karaoke.
Unless you innovate, unless you give something new to the customer,
successfully is a change of the person.
I would like to inspire young girls.
you don't have to worry where you'll be tomorrow.
We ensure that you get valuable tips through our conversations for you to prosper in the marketplace.
Positivity, have a vision, so look forward, humility.
When there's an idea, start putting it in motion. Even if it doesn't work, you tried it.
Every week, we share insights through our conversations from business leaders and industry experts.
If you dream it, you can achieve it.
Remember, in business, we are told it is very much easier to get business from a client who is satisfied.
There's a gap between the producers of technologies and innovation and the farmers, where a lot of technology has been produced, a lot of knowledge exists, but it's not being applied in the farm. So they do this for the farmers, but not with the farmers. So we decided now to do it as being as in practice, so that what we have seen from research, what we have seen from knowledge generators and investors, we apply it in practice, so that we can prove that these technologies are working or they're not working.
We are in the space where we can only prosper. In short, there is no day people will stop needing food. And so we need more farmers to come on space. We need more efficient farming procedures.
And that's why we chose horticulture, because it's high value. You can produce quality crops, which has high value in the market, and we can also get high returns, but we also must prepare this high risk.
Dental tips brought to you by Sensodyne. Visit your dentist regularly. Routine dental exams and cleanings are essential for good oral health. Many people do well with 6-month visits.
Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Go! Ishunge was here from 2018, if I'm not wrong. This attack was purely planned through Facebook.
You'd want as much intelligence as possible.
We had the SWAT team neutralizing the attackers.
In order for us to defeat terrorism, then we have to defeat this networking.
Essentially, is the next question.
Thank you, Ndu. Even before we talk about how we get it, we need to just cover the use cases around it.
Okay.
So first of all, we've really talked a lot about the travelers. Remember, this card also can be used for online payments. I know most Kenyans now are really buying things across the world. So this is the card for you. So wherever you are purchasing, whichever country online, the e-commerce transaction you're doing also is an opportunity to use the currency directly of where you're buying. This is a big, big advantage for the people who actually, and also there are people who are working online. They can be paid from whatever currencies, we have the 11 of them, they can be paid and get their currencies into this card. So the use cases are wide. We have so many parents now taking their kids out of the country for further studies. This is the card for them. And the way you're even operating it, you can actually load it from M-Pesa. So instead of using the traditional money transfer, you go to a bank, send money. With your M-Pesa, you can actually load this card. And the kid has this card, wherever they are able to use it. So it eliminates that long process of sending money to school for pocket money. We have so many athletes who are traveling. Different country. You want to participate in different country at a go. This has covered you already. We have traders, corporates, who are actually handling petty cash wherever they go, or allowances for their workers. This is the card for you. And especially talking about students.
Yes.
This has been a very emotional product for many students.
How so?
And parents. Let me explain something. CT.
Yes, please.
We give students this card and we link it to the parent's phone number. Every time the kid buys something, you get an SMS. Just imagine what it means for you.
I'm imagining what it means to my child.
Exactly. So when your child buys bread in the morning, you get an SMS. So you know he has woken up.
Yes.
When they buy lunchtime, something, a snack, you know they are still in school. When they go to sleep at night, they buy something, we send you an SMS. You know he's now school.
Okay.
And if we give you detail of where they are purchased, just imagine you get an SMS of a petrol station in town. What does that mean?
Either somebody has stolen the card or your child has left school.
And that immediately you can action. Through the portal, you can go and block.
Okay.
So this is what the utility around this card is just beyond the payment, but that satisfaction that is you're monitoring even the movement of your kid.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So my daughter, I know what you're talking about because my daughter has that card, right? And every time she makes a transaction, we know. So there's 200 shillings, whatever has been spent. So also the school that she's in, maybe at some point you will travel somewhere, maybe you leave the country. How can you upgrade her card to this multi-currency card whereby now she can now use it in another country perhaps?
Thank you. So the application process is very simple. So you can either apply it by directly walking to our KCB branches, which we have most of the branches and very conveniently placed. We have 210 branches. Walk in with your ID card and your KRA PIN. You don't need to be our KCB customer, but we'll be happy if you become one to get this card. So just walk in your KCB and you'll get your card. You'll do a simple application form, and in 2 days you'll be able to pick, 2 to 3 days you'll be able to pick your card. Also, there's a different way through the portal. I already mentioned the portal.
Yeah.
You can go there, register yourself, and if you don't have a card, it will give you a registration process whereby also you'll be able to select which branch you want to pick. 2 to 3 days, you'll be able to pick your card from any KCB branch for now.
Okay, so folks are asking us again, which currencies that we're talking about. I can just run through those really quickly. So we're talking about, of course, Kenya shillings, US dollar, the pound, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, Chinese yen, the South African rand, the rupee, and the euro. So those are the current card currencies on this particular card, right? Okay, so I mean, when we talk about this card, we talk about travel only. But now we're also getting into a world that I could be domiciled in Kenya, but maybe I'm doing all kinds of other things and I want to pay in a different currency. For example, I'm ordering something from wherever and I need to pay in, Chinese yen.
Yeah, that's why I said even
it's not necessarily me physically traveling that needs to activate this card, but I can make payments, like with e-commerce being the thing.
And even your Netflix, your streaming services for your music. We have so many people playing games around. There's a lot of e-commerce and the things we buy digitally. And this is the card for you. And I want to give a very good example for Netflix. Netflix is built on USD.
Yes.
But you put your Kenya shilling dollar. I mean, your Kenya shilling card.
Mm-hmm.
This is an opportunity for you to get your multi-currency and put USD and pay it in USD.
But
you
there's
actually
only
save on that conversion.
On that. But there's only one number for your card, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
There's one number for card, but we pick automatically. Behind the scene, the logic is pick the currency that the billing is done on the other side. That's what we check. We check the billing is in USD. We check on what you have on your wallet, and that is the currency we pick.
So you're basically saying that if I have repetitive payments, I can basically put them on the card and they'll work.
Oh, fantastic.
So let's deal with the African elephant in the room. Where there's a place where Ndu comes from and where Proverbs comes from. Where should I continue?
Please continue. I want to hear how you're going to handle this.
There's a word called libel, but okay.
No. I'm waiting. I'm eagerly waiting to see how you're going to handle.
You want me to put my feet in it?
No, please jump right in. Yes.
West Africa has a problem with cards and safety and things like that.
Is that a statement of truth? I mean, an entire region and one statement is supposed to describe the entire region.
I'm trying.
He's trying to take his foot out of it. And he's already put it in.
His foot is his entire body is in there.
Okay,
rephrase what you're saying.
Let me say what I'm saying.
Let me ask. Let me help you ask the question. How do you deal with situations of security for your card? Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yes, thank you. So,
are you okay?
Is that better?
No. I have been rescued. I'm out of the ambulance.
All right, fine. Countries in West Africa. This person.
And do rescued me.
So, very good. First of all, the card is very secure through a EMV protocol. So, first of all, the card is chip and pin. First of all, that's very for your face-to-face, what we call when you're physical doing your purchase. So it is secure through chip and pin. And when you go online, it's secured by something called 3DS. 3DS simply means every time you do a purchase online, there is a PIN, one-time PIN that comes into your phone.
Okay.
3-factor authentication method that comes into that. Now, when it comes to, I know what that Mark is saying, when it comes to card being compromised, we are in an era that it is very complex. Before you really get to this card, we are talking about, when I talked about EMV, those are standard for security. And without being complex, those are very complex algorithms that are put in place with the exchange of keys and everything that are very dynamic. You know, in the past, why we used to have card skimming is because of the static data. We used to read one type of data in that card. They were static. Nothing changes. But with EMV, now we have a chip in the card. We are able to generate cryptographs. This is a combination of keys and many other things that happen that are dynamic, so you may not predict them. So they become very complex for you even to clone that card. So the card is extremely safe, so long as you keep it within yourself, the pins and everything, which we are educating the customers. Never share your pin. Make it secure. And also when you go online, trust also the website that you go. Make sure the website are 3D secure so that you can get that one-time pin on your phone. So they are very secure. Another way that it is secure, it's because we have given you a companion app or portal, whereby you can go in and be able to check what is happening with your card. Once you get there, you are able to report lost, block the card. So immediately when you get compromised, you're able to go in. Remember the most important thing, every purchase comes to your phone also. So you will note everything. Oh, goodness, I just received a message, I don't have my card, I'm not the one transacting. You're able to report immediately and you're able to block that card. And then there's a very elaborate, what we call chargeback process of complaint resolution and reversals. So we are able to investigate.
How fast is that process?
So the process depends on the dispute that arises. It is a dispute process, and dispute process, we give you some feedback.
Let's start with the simplest one. My card is lost.
Yes.
I don't know, I have lost it. and somebody has transacted with my card.
Yes.
My phone tells me that is happening. I report because I've now figured that my card is not with me.
Yeah. So the first thing when you realize so we have two ways you can report. Either if you is a multi-currency, you have the portal, you can go and report through. So we have a hotline number for KCB, our contact center. You can call also and just inform us that your card needs to be blocked, has been stolen. So
how fast does that happen? From the time I report to the time that it is blocked?
It is immediately. That one is immediately. So long as
support?
Yes, it's 24-hour support.
Okay.
Through our contact center, KCB contact center, it is 24, and it is immediately. If it has already been used, now this is where the dispute comes in.
Yeah.
For any transaction to happen currently, most of the time is chip and pin. How did your pin get compromised also? So that is what now the dispute process, it gets there. And of course, we support our customers through that dispute process. And remember, even the where you're buying, these merchants under certain rules in terms of protecting the card holder. So we will always see if there was something that happened, you'll always be refunded back. Where there was negligence, there was something that exposed the... So we don't need to fear technology, City. It is well. But you see, if you lose your 1,000 shillings, that is done. But a card, we can be able to trace where it is.
And see how you can get your cash.
You cannot report your 1,000 shillings to the bank. To the bank. Oh, by the way, ulirudishia thawa yangu. Ulirudisha? Do we have...
Me, I don't use cash.
No, these are the disputes, City, that you cannot resolve by calling them.
Yeah, that's what. And then, using card is free. I always tell people, using card is free for a customer. We have very expensive.
Free.
So, today you put money in your card. You don't get charged. But any other payment method, there is a charge to transfer money to that, to transfer all the... Right. But a card today is free.
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 So how do you guys make your money if it's free?
I mean, trade secrets?
No, because there's always, whenever you're dealing a financial institution,
that's true.
There are two conversations: costs and hidden revenue. Costs.
Yeah,
that is to I, who is the customer.
So remember, the model of banking is deposit and deposit, transaction of fees, and everything.
Yes,
and you see, there's another side of a merchant. There's another side of a merchant. Again, not to sound complexity, the card business is a four-party model. Four-party model. So there is the issue of the card we call issuer. We have the processor, which is MasterCard and Visa. We had acquiring bank. Acquiring bank is the person accepting.
Okay.
Those you see the POSs,
yes,
or an e-commerce platform. And of course, those are the people within that. There are rules and a business model around it called interchange. So you compensate the issuer because the acquirer gets the money.
It's getting the money.
The money is getting the money. So there is a compensation model that happens there. So for customer, it is actually free because there is a compensation model within that third-party model.
Okay.
Yeah. So they make money. So but for customer, is free.
Okay.
Just for public awareness, if you have your statements, even for any payment platform you use, and you add up the cost of transaction and you take it over time, it is a significant amount of money, sometimes going upwards of 5% of your transaction costs. In fact, some of the most popular payment platforms, I shall not mention, so that City is happy. Not they're pointing at me, but some of the payment options that Kenyans use, if you look at your transaction cost versus what you're transacting, that cost is very prohibitive. Very prohibitive.
Mark, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If it's so offensive, why do you keep looking at it?
After all, it's not
because
like
you're looking for ways to save money, which is why I'm going to get this card, because if there are no transaction fees, then even locally, I'd rather transact through this.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So there you made your case for it. So Johnson,
school.
Is there some other times when you're applying for a card and you can actually have another user on your card, right? Especially for the case of children, you would give I think it's called a supplementary card, right?
Yes.
And they have access to that, of course, within, reason, whatever the case may be. Is there possibility for that here as well?
Exactly. Actually, if you look, this card, especially the multicurrency, is very popular with parents because you can be able to manage the funding, the uses, and the budget through this card. You're able to give, if you have 4 kids, 3 kids, 2 kids, you're able to apply for them, and all of them are tied to your profile. So you're able to fund them, monitor them from the same portal. From one place, you're able to actually monitor what they're doing for fund for them. You're able to just manage the budgeting around it. For me, that is the most important thing when it comes to this, especially in the parents.
Okay. So, I mean, look, it's obviously taken a place where we were before, where you have to move from one place to another in order to get things done, and when you look at being able to have seamless transactions, also then being able to operate, around markets, how then do you say, well, where can we go? Where can you actually go with this beyond just, buying and selling and traveling? What would you imagine are the worlds that you can actually navigate through being able to use this card?
First of all, we've just not started for this innovation. Remember, there are over 159 different currencies in the world. We're talking about 11, first of all. We still have a long way to go to cover this. I can't wait a day that we will be able to cover every single country with that. But we are going to continue adding more wallets. In the next few weeks, we should be probably at 15. In the next few months, we should continue adding more currency. And this is the sum of the things we are saying. We'll continue creating that convenience and just listening to our customers. Wherever they want to go, we will follow them. We'll create it. We'll create a convenient, a secure environment when they are transacting both physically on travel and when they are on their e-commerce on travel. So in terms of even innovation that we are talking about in the future, we are going to convert this physical card into digital card. I'll explain.
Please do, because I think it was thrown CT for a loop.
Yes, now even I'll make it. I'll
make the card holding it in your hand.
Yes. In the next few months, I'm going to convert this card into digital card. It will be inside your phone. Something called tokenization. So conversion of physical card into there. And you can use it without carrying it. With your phone, if you have Android phone, you're able to tap your phone on that
pay
machine,
point,
and you're going to have there. For you, our customers today who are there with our KCB app, they are able to do that with Android phones. We have tokenization. You just carry your phone in your card in your phone, you tap on your. So we will convert this also into that.
Mbona una discriminate iPhone?
City.
Mbona discriminate iPhone?
City had a question when it comes to discrimination of iPhone.
I don't know why people look for problems. Who told you to buy an iPhone?
Well, probably I can answer him. iPhone, for now, because they have their own Apple.
Yeah, I know. It's the App Store that's a problem.
App Store, close it down, but we hope soon enough they will be in the country. But for now, Android. Another way we are going to do it, I'm going to convert all this card into something called wearables. Wearable. You see the ring I'm wearing on my
thumb.
This is a card. You see what I'm wearing on my wrist is a card. So you don't need to carry this card. You can wear. So if you have a beautiful wedding ring, I can convert it. We can convert it to a card. This is a wearable. Whatever I'm wearing on the hand, this wrist is a card. All these are cards. So that is where I'm going now.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
My friend CT.
CT.
We are still at the card.
If we take this to CT's village, they will say it is witchcraft. Shirikina.
I don't know why this guy is transferring activities from his village to mine.
It's called deflection. This is unbelievable, really, that you can actually, you don't have to, because you lose the card, you don't know what it is.
People have been saying, carrying a card. So I have solutions for them. So something you can carry it in your phone. If you also want it, because we love wearables, we are also converted into wearables.
This is amazing stuff.
Clear, very future that we are taking this proposition.
Well, you can be sure that folks are going to be knocking on those doors even from today. I mean, it's been really, exciting to hear about some of the innovations that are coming out that just make business and the doing of it so much easier. So thank you for coming and sharing with us. And for sure, people will be knocking on your door. Johnson Ondicho is the KCB Bank Kenya head of digital channels, and we've been talking about the multi-currency card this morning. Really innovative, and being able to do business across board. So thank you for that. It's been really refreshing this morning. Thanks for starting off the week with us on Kenya's biggest conversation today. And we continue with these conversations, God willing, at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Good morning and have a wonderful Monday.
Thank you.